first of all, need to learn how we can have fun with this, right? How we can have fun while learning, right? A lot of people, I see that they have now dropped this because they feel like I wasn't improving, and probably this is something I can't do. This is a very these two are very common things when it comes to people who have stopped and who feel that we can't improve further, right? So we first need to help with their mindset. And for example, if I am feeling this, so what I would want to first do is remove any negative thought from my head first.
Hi, Ronak.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. What about you?
Good. I am doing well. Thank you for asking. So yes, let's begin with our conversation topic today. So today, as we discussed, we want to talk about how to become an advanced speaker,
Yeah.
and how
Yes.
to stay motivated when English feels pretty boring, right?
Yeah.
So yes, please go ahead.
Sweet. I will be posting this video on YouTube. So, I am going to ask you this question because I have seen that many English learners who are learning English since last 2 years or maybe 1.5 years. So, at some point of time, they become very demotivated and they feel like they are stuck at the same point. They are not getting better. They are not improving. They are on plateau. So, for those English learners, what will be your suggestion? What do you suggest? Is there any practical tip that they can follow and they can come out of this situation? So, how can they achieve the advanced level? There are so many people who have after working hard for 2 years or maybe more than that, they achieve the intermediate level. But
Hmm.
after reaching at the intermediate level, they don't know how to move forward.
Hmm.
They, they start feeling stuck. And even after working hard, even after practicing on everyday basis, they feel that they are not improving.
Hmm.
So what will you suggest to those people?
Okay, so what we want to suggest to people who are feeling stuck because they have been learning in this language for a very long, learning English for a very long time, but are still not able to improve, and they feel that they have hit a certain threshold that they can't move beyond that, right? So, first of all, I feel that we'll have to stop feeling any negativity, that we have to drop the thought that I am not good at it and I have to improve something, right? So we have to first of all need to learn how we can have fun with this, right? How we can have fun while learning, right? A lot of people, I see that they have now dropped this because they feel like I wasn't improving, and probably this is something I can't do. This is a very these two are very common things when it comes to people who have stopped and who feel that we can't improve further, right? So we first need to help with their mindset. And for example, if I am feeling this, so what I would want to first do is remove any negative thought from my head first. So do you feel that this is why a lot of people feel stuck, because they have this mindset that I can't improve?
Yes, maybe. This could be the major reason actually.
Hmm.
Because when we have a positive attitude and we keep moving forward, we keep doing the practice, then slowly and gradually we make the progress. But if we
Yes.
have this kind of thing in our mind that I'm not improving, so we will not be working very hard, we will not be working consistently sometimes. So yeah, it affects really.
Right. So, just simple tips that people can follow when they feel this is, first of all, you have to know that you're not studying a language, right? So we want to use English, right? So instead of just studying grammar, vocabulary, we have to start using English in everyday things, right? So you speak to yourself, you think in English, record voice notes, do small things, and treat this like a part of yourself, like a part of your day. So how we do with any other language, how we always think in Hindi or in our mother tongue, right? So we have to slowly move towards English that way. So just learning a lot of vocabulary, learning a lot of grammar will not make you will not make you a better speaker, right? Speaking in English and using this language is what will make you a better speaker.
You mean practice makes a man perfect? There is
Absolutely.
only one solution. There is only one solution that the people who are feeling stuck, they need to practice more and more.
Without a doubt, yes, that is what they have to do. They have to practice, and also not just practice, make your practice fun. So when you are bored, you will not be able to learn, you'll not be able to focus, remember school. So when we were bored, we were probably thinking of something else, we were not attentive to what was happening in the class. So watching movies, singing English songs, and little games that help you improve, and listen to funny podcasts, listen to English comics, right? So you see there are a lot of Indian English shows as well, so Comic Stan being one of them. So things like that. So you have to not just practice, but make your practice fun, so that is when you'll be able to better help yourself.
Yeah, that way the people will be able to enjoy the content and as well as they will be learning it.
Exactly. Yes, that is the most important. And as we mentioned, practice. So we have to focus on small wins. So not focus on perfection. That, oh, I have to do this and I have to do this the best, and I have to do this the well. So if you don't have to speak like a native speaker, right? We are not native speakers of English, and we should just accept that. So we can express our thoughts clearly. If that's something we can do, that's a win. So we have to focus on these small wins, right? So you probably said one sentence correctly in English, that's a win. So we have to celebrate those small improvements. And maybe you learned a new word today, and you made a better sentence than yesterday. So you had a small conversation with someone in English. So all these are small wins, and we have to celebrate these, we have to enjoy every moment. And that is how you'll be able to learn. You don't need to be perfect, you don't need to sound like Emma Watson the very first time you speak in English, because she is a native English speaker. That's how she speaks, that's how she's been speaking since she was probably born, right? But that's not the case with us, so we have to focus on small wins.
Yeah, definitely. And I think the people who have already reached at the intermediate level, now they are comfortable in having conversation. So
Yeah.
they need to increase their intensity. They need to start reading some difficult books
Yes.
or having some deep conversation,
Hmm.
some in-depth conversation, or maybe they can start some watching some native shows,
Mm-hmm.
watching some native speakers podcast, or
Hmm.
say so these kind of things they can do, and this way also they can improve.
Hmm.
And
Right.
also they need to put more efforts in they know I think they need to focus on speaking effortlessly, how they can speak
Hmm.
effortlessly instead of focusing every time on the grammar mistakes.
Yeah, instead of focusing on the perfection, they have to focus on the fluency. So you should be fluent, speaking fluently, words and sentences should be coming out of your mind smoothly, easily, right? And I see a lot of learners, they wait until they feel they are perfect before they speak. But the truth is that you get better by speaking. So you will not get better before that. You know what I mean? So you don't have to wait till you are very good at English, till you are the perfect English speaker, till you are the best to start speaking English. Once you start speaking in English, that could be wrong, that could be broken, that your pronunciations could be all off, but that is how you'll get better. So speak, make more mistakes, and you laugh at your own mistakes, you learn. So that is how the real magic happens. So you have to just begin, you have to dive into it, is what I feel. So speak before you're ready.
And there is one more thing, once started, there is no way to stop.
Exactly.
If we are practicing since last 1 year and after that we put a gap of 1 week, then
Hmm.
after that we find it difficult to speak. English
Yeah.
is not coming out of our mouth. So this is
Right.
also a concern with we
Hmm.
people because we are Indian and our native language is different. So
Hmm.
every time we are just using our native language. So whenever we have to start speaking in English, if there is a gap, then
Hmm.
it is really difficult.
Yes, it is definitely. So, don't let that gap happen. So that's why I always tell all my learners that you have to be surrounded with this language. Surround yourself with English as much as possible. So, so you could change your phone settings and see everything in English. You follow more YouTube channels that are in English. You can, you know, just listen to English news. If you're listening to Hindi news, just switch to it. Listen to English news. And even if you're a person who doesn't listen to news or doesn't watch podcasts, just maybe when you are doing your daily chores, you are probably brushing your teeth, just start a video, just start an audio, any podcast, anything, and it should be running in your background. So just that's how you are surrounded with that language. And as you said that, what if we stop for a week? So if you brush your teeth every day, right, you eat food every day, some people cook every day, so we all do a lot of daily chores that are just a part of our daily lives that we cannot ignore, right? So if you make it a habit that you are listening to an English, let's say a 5-minute English podcast every day while you're brushing, I mean, you can't really ignore that. You can't stop doing that because you will brush your teeth. So I think that's something you can add, something people can add in their daily lives. So they'll be surrounded with the language, and that's not an extra effort. I feel that's just in running in the background. So yeah.
And we can make it our habit
Yes.
that every day I
Out of
have
a
to
daily life.
listen
Yeah.
at least for 10 minutes. I have to read at least for 20 minutes or whatever it is, whatever
Yeah.
they find comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah. So, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, yeah, these are very tiny goals. So you set tiny daily goals that you accomplish every day. So, let's say today I learn 5 new words, on every day I will learn 5 new words. So by the end of, let's say, a week, how many words will you have? Okay, I can't do the math that quick, but you'll have a lot of words, right? At least 30-35 words by the end of your week. So imagine, and not learning new words will not help, right? So if I go tell you, okay, Miss Rajin, please go learn 35 new words now, that will be problematic. But if I tell you, okay, learn 5 new words today, that's still easier, right? That's something you can accomplish. That's doable. So we have to set goals that are easy to accomplish. So
Achievable.
instead of saying I will become fluent one day, just start
It
things
can
slowly.
happen.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely. We should have goals that are very much achievable.
exactly.
And I have a point that learning words is not at all difficult. We can
Hmm.
learn words easily. But what's difficult is to use them in our conversation.
Yes.
When we are having conversation at that time, those words are not coming in our mind.
Yeah.
It's so how can we solve that problem?
Yeah. Okay. So, for this, there's something I always tell my learners. So you will only learn new words when you use them in sentences. So I remember I had learned new words for every English chapter during our school, but I don't remember any of those words. Why? Because we just learned the word and the meaning. We then passed our test, we passed our exams, and then we forgot because we never really used those words. So how I say to use these words in sentences is that when you learn, let's say you learned a new word today, okay, one new word. And what you have to do with that new word is that throughout the day, use that word in conversations, in your sentences, okay? And by the end of the day, you will know that, okay, now I know how to use this word correctly. And sometimes you might not use it correctly. So that is when we come we can help, right? So you come use that word here in sessions with us, and we can give you the corrections, we can tell you how exactly to use that word, right? So to learn a new word, you have to use that word in sentences, right? And that is how you will become more acquainted with the word, and when certain thing happens when you have to use that word, so that comes natural. So that is one tip that I want to, that's one thing that I personally believe happens, because you cannot learn new words by just learning the meaning. You have to use them in sentences.
Yeah, that is only the difficult part because I have been learning the words since very long. I
Hmm.
know so many words, but at the time of using them, when I'm
Hmm.
having a conversation, I'm not using them. I'm using only the simple words.
Simple words. Yeah. So that slowly happens, and you have to use the word in sentences. The next time you learn a new word, throughout your whole day, use that word in different sentences. Okay. And then you see, then when the time comes of using that word, do you use that word or not? Okay. So that's a challenge you can take.
So, have you studied all your life in English medium, or you have also learned like us?
No, so from my school, I was in English medium. So, and also at school, it was punishable if we spoke in any other language, and it was fined. We were fined if we spoke in our native language. So that's how it was in school. So, just one last thing, since our time is up and we have to wind up the session. As I said, people hit the plateau, right? And they cannot push through. So when you're learning a new skill, everyone hits a plateau. And that happens a lot of times, and it's a very boring phase. So it doesn't mean that you are failing in any way. It's normal, that happens every time. It just means you are preparing for the next jump, so you have to take a little, a little bigger a leap to move forward, right? So just stay consistent, and that breakthrough will always come. So it's just, we have to accept the fact that learning any skill, it's not a race. You're not racing against anybody. It's a journey, and we have started it, we have to end it. So we are the ones who can push us every day. So we have to take small steps. Just taking small steps, moving forward is what is important. Running fast is not important. Moving forward is important. So keep walking, I would say. Don't run.
Yeah, as they say that the journey, sometimes the journey teaches more than the destination.
Exactly. Yeah. It's the in the journey when you learn. So that's what I feel. And I think this is something that everybody should always remember.
Definitely.
So it was lovely talking with you, Miss Rajni, and I hope you are still writing your books. So please writing more
Yeah.
books and keep posting on Kindle.
Yes. Yeah,
So
I'm right. I have started writing that the new book, and
amazing.
definitely I will be able to complete it very soon.
You will.
So,
Yes. So
yeah,
you don't have
definitely.
to run, you have to keep walking. So you'll definitely write a great book, I'm sure.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
So I'll
It
see you
was
in the
a
next
really, it was a really beautiful session. I am
and
really excited to have sessions on Clapingo. Always I am very excited to have sessions with Clapingo. So it
even
was a
I
great session. Yeah, I will definitely look forward to see you again. Thanks a
okay.
lot.
See you again
Have a
soon.
nice day.
You too. Bye
Have a
bye.
nice day. Bye bye.